Do you ever wanted to see in real time how much propane have left in your gas tanks? Well, I do, and I managed to do that thanks to some smart sensors and Home Assistant. Today I'll show you which sensors I used and how I added them in my Home Assistant. The end goal is to monitor the LPG level in the LPG tanks of my camper. The sensors that I'm going to use are small, battery powered, they're using Bluetooth for communication, and can be placed on any steel or aluminum propane tank in a matter of seconds. That makes the method that I'm going to show applicable not only for motorhomes, but pretty much for any propane tanks that are available. So, if you have some gas bottles around and you want to accurately measure their capacity of propane, stick till the end. For the newcomers, this is the third episode of my smart RV conversion. Until now, I showed the current state of my camper in the first episode, as well as its price and what I'm planning to do. Then I installed 4G wireless router, Home Assistant on a Raspberry Pi, and a backup camera in episode 2. And now I will gradually start adding smart sensors in my RV and integrating them with my Home Assistant. The first sensors that I'm going to add in the RV and the Home Assistant running inside the RV are coming from a company called Mopeka, and the exact model of the sensor is Mopeka Pro Check. The Mopeka Pro Check sensor is an ultrasonic sensor that can be used to monitor the level of propane and other pressurized tank commodities. It is compatible with all steel and aluminum LPG tanks up to 1000 gallons, both horizontal and vertical cylinders. The sensor have to be mounted on the bottom of the tank with its magnets and a little ultrasonic grease, which is included in the package, and have to be applied for better measurements. The readings of the sensors can be seen using the Mopeka Check mobile app on a mobile device, or as you'll see in a few moments, with Home Assistant. You can check the current price of the Mopeka sensors from the links in the video description. Before I begin, I have to say that I added one more LPG bottle in my camper, and I added one very clever double bottle LPG system that will allow me to drain one of the LPG tanks first, and then the system will automatically switch to the second tank, showing me that the first one is empty with a red indicator. This is a nice and automatic way to have a backup and never run out of LPG. That is because while one of the tanks is in use, I can take out and refill the other one. I will share a link to the system under this video if you want to check it out as well. However, what I wanted to say is that now I have two LPG tanks in my RV and I want to monitor them both in my Home Assistant. To accomplish this, I will simply have to use two Mopeka Pro Check sensors. Here is a complete list of what is needed for this project. First, one or more aluminum or steel LPG tanks. Second, one or more Mopeka Pro Check sensors. And finally, one or more Home Assistant systems. I'm kidding here, you need only one Home Assistant, but it needs to allow installation of add-ons. In other words, the installation type needs to be Home Assistant OS or supervised. And if you got confused here, do not worry, I have two simple solutions that will help. First one is my upcoming free Home Assistant webinar, where I'm explaining everything important about the different installation types of Home Assistant, as well as which one you should choose if you want to have add-ons. You can reserve your spot on my website automatelight.pro/webinar, absolutely for free. So go check that webinar and then watch episode 2 of my Smart RV conversion series, where I'm showing how exactly I installed my Home Assistant in my camper. If you do these two things, the fog, if there is any, will be permanently lifted and you'll be more than capable to do the next steps by your own. Of course, you can always ask for help in the comment section below if there is such need. Anyways, apart from the LPG tanks, the smart Mopeka sensors, and running Home Assistant, here is what more needs to be done. First, I have to install the Mopeka Pro Check custom component, which will allow me to monitor the Mopeka Pro Check sensors in my Home Assistant. I will install it manually by copying and pasting some files downloaded from the GitHub repo of the Mopeka Pro Check custom components. All the credits here are going to Sean Brogan and his contributors, which made this project possible. To copy the files from GitHub to my Home Assistant, I will download the files as zip archive. Then I will install the Samba add-on available in the Home Assistant add-on store. After that, I will connect to the shared folder that the Samba add-on will expose, and I'll paste the contents of the Mopeka Pro Check /custom components folder in my Home Assistant config folder. So, at the end, I'll have custom components /Mopeka Pro Check folders and some Python files inside. There is another method to install the Mopeka custom component, and that is to use HACS, or Home Assistant Community Store. If you wish to know more about HACS, you can check this video of mine, where I'm explaining everything about it. Once HACS is installed, you can add the Mopeka custom repository and then simply to download it from the integration section in HACS. Both methods are fine, and you can use either of them with the same success, and the steps from now on are the same no matter how you manage to install the Mopeka custom component. Now, I will add the default Mopeka configuration in my Home Assistant configuration.yaml file. For that, I will use one more Home Assistant add-on called File Editor that can be installed the same way as the Samba add-on from the Home Assistant add-on store. I will get the default configuration from the GitHub repo of the project, but you can also get it from the video description. When I'm ready, I'll save the changes and I will restart my Home Assistant. I'm doing all of that because I need one Home Assistant service that is coming with the custom component to become available. And this is the way the service to pop in Home Assistant. Using that service, I will be able to find the MAC address of my Mopeka sensors. Here is the procedure of finding the Mopeka Bluetooth MAC addresses using Home Assistant service. I'll go to Developer Tools, Services, and I'll search for Mopeka Pro Check Discovered Service. Then I'll press the green button, the green sync button of the sensor 10 times quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll click on Call Service. Then I'll hold for 5 seconds and I'll go to my states. I'll search for Mopeka. And here it is. This is my MAC address. This is what I needed. I'll copy this somewhere safe and I'll use it in my configuration. Now I just have to replace the MAC addresses of the Mopeka sensors in my Home Assistant configuration. One final restart and I should have the Mopeka Pro Check sensors in my Home Assistant. If I go to the Developer Tools and if I check the state of my sensor, I will see that the state is 0, no matter how much propane I have left in the tank. That is because I'm using a 5 kg bottles that are not among the predefined ones in the Mopeka Pro Check custom component for Home Assistant. To fix that, I had to use tank type custom and to manually enter the max height in millimeters. After I did that and after one more restart, the state of the Mopeka sensor is showing the percentage of fullness of the bottle correctly, and it is almost identical with the value I got from the official Mopeka Check mobile app. Now I can add this value on my Home Assistant dashboard using one of the included cards. I also want to create a Home Assistant automation that will warn me when the level of the propane tanks goes below some threshold. Here is my example automation. To create an automation, I'll press the C button and I'll start typing automations. I'll select the navigate automation and I'll create a new one. Trigger will be of type numeric state and I'll select my right RV tank as entity, and if the state goes below 5%, for example, I execute this action. The action will be called service. The service will be persistent notification create. This is just for a demo. In real life, I will send this message to my phone using Telegram or the Home Assistant companion app or something. It doesn't matter, but just for the demo, I will send a notification here in this section of Home Assistant. The message will be the right RV tank goes below 5%. I'll save this. The name of the automation will be right, same as the message, it doesn't matter. And now, if my tank goes below 5%, as I'll simulate right now, I'll receive a new notification saying exactly that. How cool is that? By the way, if some of the terms and abbreviations are not so clear for you, do not worry and just download my smart home glossary that I created just for cases like this. It is free of charge and it is instantly downloadable from my website automatelife.pro/glossary. In the next episode, I will add more smart sensors in my RV. Just to tease you a bit for the upcoming episodes, I bought a Victron MPPT for my RV solar panels that I plan to add in Home Assistant, and I'm looking for a suitable inverter that can help me stay off the grid. If you have any ideas and recommendations, share them in the comment section below. I also want to share that Mopeka was so kind to send me these sensors for free. It is a fun story because I did a little research about what sensors should I get for my RV LPG tanks, and I selected the Mopeka ones due to the Home Assistant support. I was just about to buy them when I decided to write them first, so I shoot Mopeka an email where I introduced myself and my smart RV conversion project, and I asked are they willing to send me some sample sensors. They happily agreed to do that, and here it is. I managed to save some bucks that I now will invest smartly on poker games. Just kidding here, I prefer horse racing gambling. Kidding again. Thanks for watching, I'm Kirill and I'm done speaking. Bye!